Hey everyone. Okay, so what is your financial thermostat? Now, I'm going to give you an example. My financial thermostat used to be like $10, okay? I was comfy. I knew how to navigate the struggle. I was a freaking pro at it, okay? I knew how to manage the overdraft fees. I knew how to, use credit on my account so that I could, get things the day before I got paid. Like, I mean, I knew my way around the struggle, okay? So I gotcha. I was really good at all of these things, and it seemed as though, the less I had, the less I feared checking my bank account, and seeing like, okay, like because I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna mess it up, whatever. So my financial thermostat was like $10. Okay. And again, that was just programmed from growing up, with a lack of money and, all the, money mindset things that I learned from my parents that were shitty and freaking terrible, as a lot of us have learned. Um, so over the years, I was able to drastically raise my financial thermostat. And what I mean by that is, you have to really think about, okay, what number makes you go, oh my God, I can't have that. I can't have that. And for me, maybe it was $200 at the time, and I'd be like, oh my God, like what number makes you go, oh, I don't know about that. It might be $200, it might be $2,000, it might be $200,000. Okay. Um, Figure out what that number is. What kind of tenses you up and you're like, oh shit, I don't know. I don't know what I would do with that. I don't know. I don't know if I could have that. I don't think I would ever have that. Kind of feel your way around and feel where your thermostat is. Okay. This is very easy to do. You know, again, it might be $1 million. Who knows, right? It just depends on where we are at. Like, because again, just because we have more money doesn't mean we have less problems or doesn't mean we don't feel this way. Okay, this is always an evolving, growing journey. Okay, because just because we have more money doesn't mean we don't still have limiting beliefs, doesn't still mean that we don't have a financial thermostat. Okay, it's just always increasing. So the problems increase, but we learn how to work through them and how to navigate them and how to attract more money into our lives. Okay, so we must breathe whenever we think of that number, of whatever it may be. We must breathe into it. We must breathe into that part in our body where we feel the resistance of like, okay, maybe mine, whenever I do it, mine's in my back. Okay. Some's in their stomach, some's in their head, some's in their hands. It doesn't really matter where it is, just mentally and just intentionally breathe into that space in your body. Okay. And then picture yourself with the money. Picture yourself, with that amount of money. What would you be doing? And kind of play that out in your mind over and over again until it feels comfortable for you, until you're like, okay, all right, I got this, until you can really sustain that new financial thermostat of whatever degree you want to call it. Okay. Um, you know, you have to act as if the money is already yours. And that way you can, again, get comfortable with it, get comfortable with that amount of money in your mind so that when it shows up in your real life, you're able to accept it and do what you want to do with it intentionally and not just, get it away because you're like, oh my God, my financial, it's too high above my financial thermostat right now. As you practice this and attract more into your life, you will continue to need to raise your thermostat. Okay. And that's just how it is. This is not a one and done type of thing. Once you had your first $100,000, you're going to be like, all right, let me try to do 200,000, right? Then all the way up to 1 million, whatever it may be. Okay. Just continue on practicing raising your financial thermostat. This is why a lot of people never make more money or attract more money into their lives. Sometimes you'll have people that are at the same job for 20 years and they're making the same amount of money for 20 years. This is why. Okay? Because they're not open to receiving more. Okay? So number one, what happens is usually they self-sabotage or they don't put themselves out there to be able to make more money, or they just don't feel worthy of having more money. Okay? So again, this all goes back to that financial thermostat and, the beliefs that are around that specific number we feel like we're at right now. Some people might be like, wow, I'm at negative 40 degrees. Um, and if that's okay. Just we got to work on getting you up, right? So this is why people stagnate when it comes to their career, things like that. This has a lot to do with it. Of course, this takes a lot of realizing that it's your responsibility to take care of your money mindset and raise your financial thermostat so that you can have those things and increase and create more money in your life. Okay, I hope this was helpful. And if you feel like you are going to practice this and you are ready to, raise your financial thermostat, drop a comment below. And of course, if you want more help with this, like many of my other clients, please send me a DM. All right, I'll talk to you later, guys.